วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับเรียบร้อยแล้วครับ
นมัสการเจ้าค่ะ
Greetings, everybody. I hope everybody is happy, ready to discuss the Dhamma teaching of the Buddha. So we'll start with the first person in the room, which is Willie from Indonesia. You have any question?
No, I don't have any question today, Thanajat. Thank you.
Okay. How's your practice?
I'm struggling with sleepiness because I'm still on medication for my stomach problem, so I cannot reduce my food intake. So the side effect is I tend to get drowsy during my meditation.
Try to use mindfulness, develop mindfulness. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't worry about the other thing. Once you got mindfulness going, then everything will be no problem. If you don't, your mind will be worrying about your body, worry about keeping the sila and everything else. So you end up running into a problem if you keep your mind thinking. So stop thinking, just get Bhutto, Bhutto, and your mind become happy, and then everything will become normal, no problem. If you don't, if you start thinking, you start worrying about everything.
Yes.
You're doing the right way to practice is mindfulness. Then everything will follow. But if you don't have mindfulness, then everything will be in problem. Will be a problem. Anything can be a problem with the mind that is not calm or happy. But once the mind is calm and happy, everything is no problem. Everything is just the way it is,
Okay. Yeah, I start to worry about my practice because of my body.
Yeah, I think you started the wrong point. You should start with mindfulness. If you start with sila, and then you start to worry, oh, my stomach, I have problem. I cannot keep the 8 precepts. So this is no big problem. Just start with mindfulness. Calm your mind, stop thinking, and nothing will become a problem. Because they cannot enter your mind if you have mindfulness, if you have Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. And you find everything is okay, If you cannot do something, you don't do it. If you cannot eat, don't eat, no problem. If the body is gonna die, let it die. What can you do?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Don't give up. Just don't give up your practice. Just have to start at the right place. The right place is mindfulness.
Yeah.
The Buddha said mindfulness is the leader of the pack. Without the leader of the pack, your army will not be able to lead you to victory. You need a good leader. The good leader of Dhamma is mindfulness or sati. Once you have sati, everything will fall into place. Sila will come after sati. Samadhi, panya will all follow through. So just keep reciting Bhutto. Try it for one day. See how it's like. Don't worry about sila. Don't worry about samadhi. Don't worry about panya. Just keep reciting the Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto all day long. Do it one day. You'll notice the difference.
Yes.
It's so simple, so easy, and yet it's so hard to do. I don't know why.
Yes. I
People like to
always
think.
try to recite Buddha. Yeah, but then it all.
And your defilement take over and start thinking, worrying about this and that.
Yes.
Try, just say, tell everything to stop one day. Today I'm gonna dedicate myself to Bhutto, Bhutto only. I won't think about anything, just Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. You've been thinking for the rest of your life now. What have you got from thinking all your life? Why not try the Buddha's way? Just Bhutto, Bhutto, to stop thinking. And you'll notice the difference. All right?
All right. Thank you very much, Tanan.
Okay, next, Sajal Ka from Silver Spring, Maryland. You still thinking, Sajal, or you stopped thinking already? Still thinking.
But I think I still thinking, because if you stay in the world, there is no way avoiding that. And I have a clarifications with you, like some time ago, and because I was complaining about the family issues and stuff like that. You said something like lower your expectations, and that sentence actually stayed in my mind, and I'm actually using that sentence, like when I have these situations, then I kind of, that somehow your words kind of rings in my head. So lower your expectations. And did you have some? Can you clarify that? To me, it seems like it has a broader perspective, even in terms of practice, especially to get away from the other things which is not practice. Lower your expectations means probably it will untie me from the obligations that I look at it in a very, very serious way, perhaps. And lower your expectations means just do as much as you can, then just drop it.
Well, what is your question? I can't.
So my question is that I want to further clarify when you said that, lower your expectations. I think that's what you said. So
it means less desire. Lower your expectation. Instead of expecting to get $1 million, just expect to get $10. And it's much easier to get $10 and be happy when you get what you expected, right? But if you raise your goal, your expectation too high, you usually won't get it. And you become disappointed, sad, and so expect the possible. Don't expect the impossible. That's what I'm trying to say. So if it's not possible, then change your expectation. Expect people to understand you. They don't understand you. Then expect the possible. Expect that they don't understand you. Then you'll be happy and say, "Yeah, I get what I want. I expect they won't understand me, and they don't understand me. So there's no need for me to try to make them understand me anymore." Got it?
thank you, Thanajan. Thank you. I think that's I understand it. I thank you for your teaching.
Expect the possible, or expect the reality. And the reality is anicca, anatta. You can always you will always get anicca, you always get anatta. But you don't want, you want permanence, you want certainty. And you always become disappointed. You want control. And when you cannot control, you become unhappy. So why don't you use anatta? Nothing is under your control. Don't try to control anything. Or control as little as possible. Control what you can control. But if you know what you cannot control, then don't control. Expecting to change. Yeah. In a world of change, you cannot expect certainty. But we want certainty, right? When in reality, the world keeps changing. And our problem is we're not happy because we cannot get what we expect. And we blame people, blame other people. Instead of blaming yourself for expecting something that is not possible, you blame other people for not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But you cannot control them, and they cannot control themselves, and they cannot control things around them all the time. Maybe when they can control things, then everything is okay. Then everybody happy for a little while. And then when things are not under control anymore, then everybody is not happy. This is what I mean by lower expectation. Expect zero and you won't be disappointed. Expect nothing. Then when you get even just a little bit, you're happy. See? If you expect a lot, then when you only get half of it, you're not happy already. These are desires. These are desire, expectation and desire. Okay?
Thank you, Dhammatalk.
So the Buddha said, lower your expectation, lower your desire to zero. No desire for sensual pleasure, no desire for being, no desire for not being. Then you will always be happy. You will always be satisfied. You will always get what you want. Because you want zero. Anything above zero doesn't hurt you, right? And if you get zero, that doesn't hurt you either. That's because that's what you expect. Like I don't expect anything from you. So if you don't do anything for me, I'm happy. You know? And if you happen to give me some money, I'm also happy. But I don't expect any money from you. But if you want to give me some money, okay, fine. If you don't give me money, fine. Because I don't expect any money from you. So don't try to expect anything from anybody. Then you will always be happy. You will not be unhappy. Unhappiness comes from not getting what you expect to get, what you want to get. Okay? To this hand, you have to lower your hand and wait in queue, okay? We go by the queue, people coming in. So if you raise your hand, you'll be stuck there for forever. You won't be able to join the queue. Is that all, the Phrasuchart?
Yes, Thanajan. Thank you. Thank you for your teaching.
Okay. Ko Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. Yeah, I have two questions tonight. Okay, my first question is, I've been practicing meditation for a couple of years. So how do I know what is my progress?
Your ability to control your mind, to stop thinking, your ability to enter into samadhi. That's how you measure your progress.
So, like for example, during meditation, I think yesterday, for some strange reason, there was this jingle from a commercial jingle recently about encouraging the people to go for vaccination and so on. So this jingle just keep on ringing in my mind during my meditation. So I do not know why this jingle keep coming. So
It's in your memory. It's in your memory bank. So it just keep coming up.
So does that means that I, by this measure, does it means that I have not been progressing in my meditation?
Yeah, you don't measure by what appears. You measure by what not appears. If you can empty your mind and got nothing, then you are advancing. But if you still have things appearing in your mind, then you are not advancing. Your mindfulness is not strong enough. So measure your ability to maintain mindfulness. Can you walking jump for 2 or 3 hours with Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto?
So in other words, as long as I have no thinking during my meditation, so this is a sign that I am progressing in my meditation.
Yes, yes. And the longer you're not thinking, then the more progress you are making.
I noticed that all these so-called some of these jingles, they appear because I have been watching television, and sometimes all these commercial they keep repeating. But I'm still not able to completely let go of these sensual desires of watching television programs.
You have to make a resolution. From now on, you're not gonna turn on television. If you turn on, then you watch it. So you have to set up a resolution. I'm not gonna turn on the television. Give up your television. Give it away.
It's not possible.
Why not possible? If you want to advance, you have to use logic. You have to think rationally. If you want one thing, then you have to give up the other thing. You cannot have them both.
Sometimes for family bonding, so I have to.
I'm not saying bonding. I'm just saying television. So you try to run away from this television. You can still bond with your family, but you don't need television to bond with them. Or you have to watch television with them.
Yes. Yeah. So I have to watch the TV programs with them.
If you want progress in your meditation, you have to give up your sensual objects, sensual pleasures. You cannot have them both. See? Sensual pleasure is a form of hindrance to your advance in your practice. The 5 hindrances. One is the sensual pleasure. Not just watching TV, eating, drinking unnecessarily is also sensual, also hindrances. Okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. No question for now.
Okay. Nanapat from Bangkok.
นมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ No question right now. I just joy to listening ค่ะ
Okay. Claudia Schweiner. Is it Schweiner or Schweiner? I forget.
Good afternoon from Germany, Tanachan. It's Sweener, but Claudia is okay.
Schweiner. Okay.
Sweener,
how do you decide which one comes? I-E, E-I. You look at the second syllable.
Sweener. The E?
Yeah, the E. Follow the I.
Yes, the E is following the I, but the E is not audible. It's like a long E. Sweener.
Diesel, right? Like diesel, diesel, Sweener.
Yeah.
What about Einstein? Which one? Einstein, the E comes before the I, or it's also the IE, Einstein?
Pardon, I don't get the meaning.
You know the name Albert Einstein?
Einstein, yes. Yes, this is different.
It's also IE, right? Einstein, T-I-E-N, right?
EI?
EI, huh? Or
EI?
EI.
Yes,
So the I comes, you use the I, not the
Yes.
E. Okay, so you look at the second syllable. Which one comes second, then that's the one that you pronounce. Like if the E comes after the I, you say E, like Srina.
Yes.
If the I comes after the E, then you say the I,
Yes.
like Einstein.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I know next time to. But you have to learn, something like this. Then you'll never forget, the reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for 2 or 3 years. It was my honor that I was able to help our venerable monks in studying the German language, and so I had to explain a lot with the German language because German language is terrible.
No, every language is terrible, except your own.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any question tonight?
Yes, Tanachan, I have 2 questions. The first question has a sad reason for me because actually the good news are that school started again in Germany, but my working time also increased. So this is good for my money, but bad for the Zoom conference. So I will be only able to be at the Zoom conferences during the German holidays. But I don't want to miss your teachings, so I want to watch the record until I'm live again here in November. So my question is, when I watch the recordings of the conferences and I have a question, may I send my question to your assistant?
Yes, or you can attend my Q&A live on Sunday if you have the time. It's 12 o'clock, more or less 12 o'clock here, so it'll be early for you, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Very early, but if possible, yes, I would like to be there. I would like to try it. And if not, I want to watch the recordings and send the question to your assistant.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, I try that I get off on Tuesday earlier, so I rather would take less money but be more on your conferences, to be honest. But I can't ask this question now at school, so I have to do the diplomatic way and wait a little. And the second question is, this happened to me today, and I need an answer with wisdom. What am I going to do if people try to pull me in a negative discussion when they don't like Buddhism? So how can I react if people try to pull me in a discussion and they tell me, oh, I don't like Buddhism and I want to remain peaceful, but sometimes it also can happen that I'm asked this question in public. So if somebody asks me in private, I say, okay, I practice Buddhism, you practice something else. But how can I react when I'm asked this question in public?
Well, ideally, it's not to react, not to react emotionally, whether like or dislike, and just deal with the fact, do with rationality, without emotion, if you can. But this takes strong mindfulness, so you have to be careful when as soon as somebody asks you something, you react strongly, then you should use Bhutto to stop this reaction, and just listen and let them say what they want to say, and when they finish, just say thank you.
Okay. So
you can say I can understand your position. If this is how you look at it, that's okay with me. Yeah. I'm not here to protect Buddhism. I'm here to protect my mind from being overwhelmed with dukkha, overwhelmed with emotion, whether I like or dislike.
Yeah. So because I was chosen in spring to be the Buddhist representative in the Council of Religion of Nuremberg. And so if it would happen to me on a public discussion or something like this, I really have to watch my mind and my emotions, because in this moment I represent my religion. So it's very, very important to react wisely or not to react.
Yeah, not to react emotionally. If you have to say something, stick to the fact. Just stick to what you know about Buddhism.
Yeah.
And whether you can convince people or not, that's not your business.
Yeah.
That's not your goal. Your goal is just to give them the information.
Yeah.
If they like it, that's fine. If they don't like it, that's fine also.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very important answer to me, and thank you very much.
Like I said earlier on, lower your expectation to zero.
Yeah.
Don't expect people to like what you say or understand what you say. Just say what you know, and then if they like it or dislike, that's up to them.
Yeah. I try to see it as a practice for me to remain calm and peaceful and wish them well.
Many Buddhists in Thailand, when they see Westerners using the Buddha images as adorn and decoration, they put the Buddha image in the toilet, or they only have the image, the head of the Buddha, and placed on a table or something like this.
Yeah.
Thai people look at it and they got really upset.
Yeah.
But that's because they've been told to hold the Buddha up high, to venerate the Buddha. So when they see some people not doing what they've been told to do, they get upset. But they don't understand that this is just an image of the Buddha. And people who understand, and there are people who don't understand the meaning or the purpose of the image. So they can have a different perception. They look at the image of the Buddha as an ornament, as a decoration for the house. Yeah, this is good for the coffee table or something like that.
This is very common here in Germany.
Yes.
And not too far away from where we live, we have an area where they produce wine, alcohol. So I have the 5 sila. I don't drink alcohol, but they try to make, they try to sell this wine with an image of the Buddha holding a glass of wine in his hand. And they wrote, the Buddha would love to drink our wine. And I said, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to understand the ignorant.
Yeah.
And it's okay, just look at everything like a joke.
Yes.
Treat every criticism as a joke.
Yeah.
If you can.
It's a good practice for Rebecca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you think you can handle it now?
Yeah, I think so. So thank you very much.
Okay. Is that all?
It is all. Yeah, I hope to be back in November again.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Let me go to Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Thanajan. I'm just happy to be listening in. No questions for me. Yeah.
Okay. Happy to see you too.
Thank you.
Adeline and Philip from KL, Malaysia.
Good evening, Thanajan.
Good evening, Thanajan.
Thanajan, I got a question regarding practicing meditation. It regards to whether you have given into your defilements or it's just a natural state of the body. In a case where I practiced, a long time during the day, like maybe meditating for many hours, right? And it comes to the late evening, and suddenly the mind tells you that I'm just sleepy or you are just tired. And even if I get up to do my walking meditation, or I splash cold water on my face and things like that, right? It comes to a point that, the body just needs to go and sleep. And it really goes to sleep, Is there any method to prolong that meditation, or continue it, or just be willful to constantly, to push the barrier, or sometimes they just say, oh, the body just to rest, it's just time to retire and sleep. And also, like, for instance, like when you're sitting for a long time, there is an urge to go to the to go to the toilet, to do your bodily things. Do you wait and see how long you can persist, or when you have to go, you just need to go, this type of things?
Well, as far as going to the toilet is concerned, if you think you're gonna sit for a long time, then you try not to drink a lot before you meditate. Before maybe 2 or 3 hours before, you might stop drinking, or might just have a sip of water when you feel thirsty. Then you won't have problem with your bladder being full. But as far as when the body and your mind is finally not able to practice, then you just have to accept the fact. That's all. And you just have to rest. Accept that when this resting is more than what it should be, then you might have to rethink. Maybe you just have to force yourself to keep on walking, even you feel like sleepy. But you have to use Butto as you walk. You might be fighting with sleeping and Butto. But if you Butto win, your mind will suddenly become awake. When mindfulness got kicked into the mind and wake up the mind, then suddenly all the sleepiness seems to disappear. It happened to me when sometimes I have this sleepiness, like getting up early in the morning and want to do the practice. But after walking for a few minutes, it wants to go to sleep again. So I force myself to continue on walking and using mindfulness. And just keep doing it, even though I might finding walking quite difficult, but still keep walking and keep using the mantra. And after a while, when the mindfulness becomes stronger and stronger, then the mind suddenly becomes calm and the sleepiness just disappears. And then we can feel alert. So maybe in order to break this barrier, you have to be very persistent in your walking meditation. You cannot sit. If you sit, you'll fall asleep. But you can use walking meditation to break this barrier of sleepiness. So try and do walking meditation. Don't give up. As long as you can walk, just keep walking. As long as you can recite the mantra, keep reciting the mantra. Then I'm pretty sure eventually you'll be able to break up this barrier, this sleepiness. And suddenly the mind becomes alert, the mind becomes calm and peaceful. Okay.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it and see how long I can push it through into the middle of the night.
Yeah, just try to push it. Yeah.
Push it. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Adeline, you have any question?
No, not for tonight. Just listening.
Okay. Then let me go to Alfredo from Brazil. Alfredo.
Hi, Bante. How are you?
Must be hot for you today, huh? You're putting on your...
Yes, here is summer.
Summer, okay.
I like summer.
I see. Yeah.
Bante, is it normal advance in practice? My Samyojanas is more clear, Mana and Udacha Kukucha, and is more I think more control. But the Buddha said that control is a little danger, no? Bante? Meditation is equalized with the control of stud of Buddhist, of Dhamma's teachings. I studied 20 years Dhamma's teachings, and I think is a little danger control about the significance of Buddha's teachings, né, Bante? What do you think about this?
About what? Control what?
Of Buddha's teachings, Samyojanas,
Samyojana. These are things you have to eliminate from your mind. Samyojanas, they are the ones that tie the mind to samsara. If you don't want to take rebirth, you have to cut off all the 10 samyojana.
Yes.
Begin with Sakaya Titi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but not thinking about this, né, Bante? The meditation is good for this, né?
You have to understand that these fetters are arising from your miccha-titi or wrong view.
Yes.
Seeing your body as yourself once, and this is a wrong view. It's not the truth. The truth is not, the body is not you. The body comes from the 4 elements, belong to the 4 elements. And there is no you in this body. You are the mind who just happen to send in your stream of consciousness to connect to the body, so that you can experience the sensual objects coming into the sensual organs of the body.
Yes.
Okay. You have to understand. Once you understand, then you can switch your attitude to your body. Instead of clinging to your body, then you can just detach from your body. You can leave the body alone. Then the body, if the body should get sick or die, you just don't care, you know. If there's nothing you can do about it, then you just have to let it be.
Yes.
Because it's not you. You don't die with your body. You don't get sick with your body. You're the one who knows, the one who thinks. You're the mind.
Yes. Not see with a not see with a problem, né? Only body, not a problem to mind.
Right, because it's not mind. The mind doesn't get sick or die with the body.
Yes.
But with the miccha titi or the wrong view, the mind thinks it is the body. So it's very afraid of aging, sickness, and death.
Yes.
Because it thinks it's gonna get old, get sick, and die.
Yes.
When in fact it doesn't get old, get sick, or die, the mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Next, B. Ravin from Bangkok. B. Ravin from Bangkok.
Good evening to you, Thanachan. I have a question regarding my meditation practice. So over the past week, I've been meditating and I've tried to sit for long enough to get some calm. And I noticed that after I sit for a certain period of time, I start to feel pain in my legs, and the pain starts to grow more and more up to a point where it's almost unbearable. So what I decided to do was I came out and I tried to tell myself that, okay, this pain is in the body, you cannot control it, you know, and eventually it either will disappear or it would just be there. And I try to convince myself that don't let the mind become agitated from this pain, because as you once said, that the mind is separate from the body. And when I keep telling myself this, I felt that I'm able to withstand the pain more and able to just sit for longer. Is this the right way to practice when we have pain, to investigate it?
Yes, yes. You want to accommodate the pain, not to deny the pain, not to get rid of the pain. You want to accommodate. If it's here, just welcome the pain. Welcome to my world. I'm the one who knows. I'm not the body. And the body that has no reaction, right? The body is just the body. It doesn't know that it has pain in the body. But the one who knows is the mind, is the one who knows. But the pain isn't in the mind. See? It's in the body. But this is something you have to convince the mind that whatever happens to the body stays in the body. Don't let it comes into the mind. It comes into the mind only due to the delusion and the defilements. So you have to convince yourself that it is something you cannot get rid of. When it's here, you cannot just tell it to go away. It's anatta, not under your control. Like the weather, you cannot tell summer to go away and winter comes. You just, when it comes, whatever comes, you just have to learn to live with it. And if you feel that your mind is still reacting, you can use the mantra to help pull your mind away from this reaction. You can use both reasoning, and then after reasoning, then come back to the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto. Once you know you have to leave the pain alone, but the mind still wants to get rid of the pain or wish the pain to go away, and then you use mantra to stop this desire. Not to get into samadhi, but just to stop the mind from reacting to the pain. And eventually it will stop reacting. Then the mind becomes neutral, becomes calm. Without entering into samadhi, it can still feel the pain, but it will not react to the pain. It can live with the pain side by side.
Yeah, I try to convince myself that, I could, take the easy way out and just change position. But then I try to tell myself that, what if it's a chronic disease, it's terminal? What if it's cancer? You cannot get rid of it. Are you going to run away? You cannot run away. So I try to tell myself, just pretend that it's there. It's going to stay there forever. Let's see how long you can withstand it.
Yeah, just keep reciting the Bhutto, Bhutto. Recite the mantra. Once you know what you have to do, once you know that you have to live with the pain, then use the mantra to stop your mind from reacting.
I realize that it's very easy for the mind to tell me, oh, just, you can take a rest, just move, it's painful, but it's like fighting between resisting the defilements and trying to stay mindful. So
that's right. That's why you need mindfulness. You need the mantra to reinforce your mindfulness. So don't sit there like a sitting duck and let your defilement keep shooting at you. You should shoot it back with the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Because when you don't recite the mantra, the mind will say, let's get up, let's. But if you recite the mantra, then it cannot influence you. So the mantra is very, very useful under this circumstance. Let's keep reciting Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. And then you forget about the pain. And then you don't react to the pain.
Okay, I need to try that out, because I've tried to try to use logic, but maybe the mantra would be an easier way out.
No, you use both. You have to use logic first to convince your mind that you have to leave the pain alone. then you come back and then stop the mind from wishing the pain to go away or wanting to get up, change the position. This you need the mantra to stop it. Once you know that you have to continue sitting, and you use the mantra to force the mind to continue on sitting.
So it's a mixture of both logic and the mantra.
Yeah, because your mind hasn't enough equanimity from your samadhi. Had you had a lot of equanimity from your samadhi, then once you convince the mind to do what it should do, it will do it right away. So if your mind wouldn't listen to logic and your mind doesn't have enough equanimity or jhana to stay put. Once you have jhana, the mind will stay put. Will not react. But just accept or being aware of things that are happening without reacting. If the mind keeps reacting, then you need to use the mantra to force it into equanimity.
So equanimity is the feeling of no pleasure, no pain, just neutral.
No, not reacting, not no like or dislike. You can feel the pain, but you have no dislike of the pain. Once you have no dislike, then it doesn't bother you. Like people you dislike, you have to be close to them, they bother you. But if you don't have any dislike of people, when you're close to them, you don't feel anything. So it's your like and dislike that's the problem. And you can stop this like and dislike with mindfulness. Push it into the neutral gear, in between the like and dislike. Neutral. Like car, we have neutral gear, right? You have forward and you have reverse. If you keep your mind is like a car that cannot find a neutral position. It keeps going forward or reverse. It's either liking or disliking. And it doesn't know how to stay in the neutral gear because it has to learn how to get the mind to that neutral gear. Now you know that mindfulness is the one that will bring the mind back into the neutral gear, neutral position, where it will not react with like or dislike. Okay.
So it's actually quite similar to what Thanajan mentioned earlier about not having expectations, because expectation would lead to like or negative or positive feeling.
Well, I'm not sure in this case whether you can use expectation or not. You have to first convince your mind that you have to live with this guy, this fellow that you dislike. And if your mind still keep denying and keep resisting, then you have to use the mantra to stop it from resisting.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Yep, thank you very much, Thanajan.
We have a group of people from Karuna Buddhist Vihara from the United States, California or Boston or Massachusetts, I'm not sure.
It's California.
California.
Yeah.
Where about in California? Northern California?
Yes. We're in the Santa Cruz Mountains.
I see. Very quiet?
It's very quiet here.
Good. Welcome to our meeting.
Thank you for having us, Ajahn. We really appreciate being able to attend. My name is Santusika, and we have Aya Chitananda also here, and two lay guests who are living here for the few weeks. Forrest, you know.
Forrest. Can recognize you. You're a little bit small in the screen.
Yeah.
But once you start talking, I can recognize your voice.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Thanajan.
Okay.
And we have one more guest.
Yeah, this is Andrea. She goes by Andy. She's from Mexico. Can you see it?
Hi, how are you? So, anybody has any question?
I don't have any questions today, but I am so grateful to be able to be here to listen, Ajahn. Thank you.
What about the other people? Anybody?
No questions from us today.
Okay. Just continue on listening then. Maybe later on, if you have something, you can. We have the second round. Come. When we finish with the first round, then we'll let people ask some more questions if they still want to. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we'll probably have to being on Zoom at about at our time 7 o'clock. So the monastery schedule keeps going, but we will continue to listen.
Okay. If you have to leave at any time, you're welcome to do so. Don't feel that you're abandoning us or anything like that.
Oh,
you have to go. You have to go. Okay.
Tanajan, is it now switching to YouTube going forwards instead of Facebook?
We're using both live on YouTube and also live on Facebook. But sometimes we have problem with technicality of the broadcast. Sometimes we are able to do it, and sometimes we're not able to do it. Do we have both tonight? Boy, is YouTube and
Yes.
Facebook on live?
Yes, we have three channels this time: Facebook and YouTube, Phrasuchart Live YouTube, and Dr.V YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, we have all.
So we have 3 live channels going at the same time. 2 YouTube channels and 1 Facebook live channel. And also you can come in the room with through the Zoom application.
It's wonderful.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
okay, let me go to the next person then, Johanna from Indonesia, right?
Yes, Ajahn. Good evening from Indonesia. Ajahn, I have question. Ajahn, if I want to introduce Dhamma to my family members, but the desire to introduce them, the Dhamma is so strong that when I feel bad and I become so attached to the idea that it is my fault for not being able to give them Dhamma. Is it my defilement taking charge over me in this case, Ajahn?
Well, in order to give Dhamma to other people, there are 2 things you have to consider. One, the people that you're giving Dhamma to, whether they want it or not. Okay. 2, you yourself, do you have the Dhamma to give them or not? So if you don't have Dhamma, then don't try to give Dhamma to other people. Try to study Dhamma for yourself first, before you give other people Dhamma. Because if you don't know the Dhamma and you try to give it to people, they wouldn't understand what you're talking about. Or if they don't want to listen to what you have to say, then you have to give up.
So I have to practice and show with my action maybe.
Yes, yeah, you should show them by your example also. That not just by what you learn, because what you learn is still halfway there. You're not all the way there yet.
Yes. So maybe it needs time.
Yeah, but you can always tell them if they ask you. If they ask you what you're doing, are you studying, you can tell them that. But if they don't ask you, then you shouldn't try to tell them or teach them anything. They have first to be interested. Once they're interested, then it's easier to teach.
Yes. Maybe sometimes they are interested, but the eagerness to constantly learning is lacking.
Well, then that's the problem. So it's not your problem. everybody has their own thing. They have to do their own practice. They have to do their own study. You cannot force into them. Some
Okay,
people
Ajahn.
learn fast. Some people learn slow. Your job is just to tell them the teaching of the Buddha, and as far as for them, whether they can do it or not, that's not your business anymore.
Ajahn, I have another question about my meditation. When I meditate on my breath, I watch the breath and help my mind stop thinking by telling my mind, let go of any desire or thought repeatedly until I am left with my breath only. Ajahn, is it correct to do so? Because it helps me a lot to say the word, let go of any desire and thoughts.
Yes, when you're starting, you can do this. But once there are no thoughts, then you should just focus on your breath without saying anything. Just keep watching your breath coming in and going out at the tip of your nose. When you first start, you might have to use some coaxing the mind, like telling the mind what to do.
Yes.
But once it stops thinking, or not think as much as before you start, then if you can just focus on the breath alone, that will be better.
Okay, Ajahn, I understand.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
try and see what it's like, and maybe you can tell me the next time.
Yes, of course, Ajahn. Thank you very much.
Okay, Bruce Lee from Indonesia. So,
Evening, Ajahn. No question for tonight, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.
okay, Sri and Czech from Vancouver, Canada.
Ajahn,
Hello,
good evening, Ajahn.
Any question?
No questions from me.
A question, Ajahn, when Buddha said like we need to develop the faculty, like the 5 faculties, like faculty of faith.
Yeah, yes.
Meaning that we don't have it, right? So we have to develop it.
Well, you have them with the various degrees. When you first start, you might have 10% faith. Then you want to increase it to 20%, to 30, 40, 50.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the more faith you have, the more effort you will put into the practice.
Yes.
So the way to develop faith is to study a lot, study the teaching of the Buddha. If you can study from an enlightened person, they will increase your faith dramatically. Then from the text, because the text sometimes can be confusing or hard to understand. And when you learn from an enlightened person, it's quite direct and.
Okay. Yeah. Then Ajahn, the way like I develop is by also seeing for yourself. Well, this is what, like for example, the Buddha taught, or this is what you taught. Then I go and try it, and then you say like, no, when develop mindfulness, then maybe the pain won't bother me. So this is again deepen my faith.
That's
because
right.
If
well,
I try, if I test it, right?
Yeah, because you become more convinced that what the teacher, what the Buddha is teaching is good for you. No harm come toward you. So you want to practice more.
Yeah.
The more you get the result, then the more energy, the more conviction you have in your practice. And eventually you will just put everything away and then just do only the practice.
Yes. There's another level.
That's what you have to go. See. You cannot just say there's another level. That's where you're gonna have to go.
That's where we have to go. Okay. And then from like our virya, then we go to develop again, strengthen the mindfulness. Then mindfulness will go back to concentration.
Samadhi and then
samadhi,
then panya, wisdom.
Yeah, then panya. Then once you have this, then you go another, like deepen another round. Then it turns to power.
Then you can start cutting off the fetters.
Yeah.
The 4 level of the factors.
Yeah.
Then
So
you get the 4 level of enlightenment.
Okay. So all the like 4 noble truths, enlightenment factors, all those will develop along the way.
Yeah, when you get to the wisdom part.
Yeah.
But you have to get first through the jhana part, the samadhi part. You have to have appana samadhi.
Yeah. So then it all go back to the conviction, the faith.
Yeah, this is to kickstart your practice.
Yeah.
If you have no faith, then you don't know what you're doing. You know, why am I doing here? You know, I don't believe all what you're saying.
Then that's why like Dhamma is sanditiko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to understand what you study or listen. Once you understand and you know the purpose of the teaching, what it is for, and you realize that the Dhamma teaching is a medicine for your mind. Your mind is sick right now, sick with dukkha, sick with suffering. So the Dhamma teaching of the Buddha can cure your sickness, your mental sickness. Once you know this, then you want to take the medicine. Like if you have cancer and then somebody say, this fellow have medicine to cure your cancer, what would you do? You'll jump at it right away, right?
Yes.
But you don't see the Buddha's teaching that way. See? So you don't jump at it. You still see yourself as a happy person. So you say, I don't need Dhamma. I'm happy, so why do I need Dhamma? Yeah. But if you look in the future, you're not going to be happy as you get older, as you become sick, and as you're about to die. Then if you wait until that time, it will be too late to take the medicine. Because you have to learn how to take the medicine first. So you have to do it now, when you're still able to practice, to take the medicine, to learn to take the medicine. Once you know how to take the medicine, then okay, no problem. Once the illness starts happening, then you just take the medicine. So you have to have faith. You have to believe that what the Buddha teaches us is good for us. It will help get rid of our mental suffering. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
Tanajan.
good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your donation. I heard that it's coming. I haven't yet received them, but I heard that.
Yeah, I don't. This is not a Dhamma question, but I'm curious about the Puru school. What are they like? Are they back to school or?
Due to the COVID, what you call infections is spreading. So the first semester of this school year has been learning at home. They cannot come to the school and live together because because they might catch, and then the whole school will have to close anyway. So all the schools in Thailand right now is closed. All the students have to study at home. They call it online learning.
Oh, wow.
And they hope that the second semester, which will start around November, 1st of November, they hope that they can reopen the school by then. So we have to wait and see. Because right now we get a lot of people are vaccinated already. Almost 50% of the people got their first shot or something, I heard. And they're about to start giving children aged from 12 up vaccination also. So maybe hopefully by that time, by the start of the second semester, all the students will be vaccinated. So we'll wait and see what happens. Okay.
I remember, sorry, Ajahn, I remember you said that the children are underprivileged. I mean, like from the families of more underprivileged families. Do they have enough resource for the online learning? Like they have computer at home?
I guess some of them just use hand mobile phone if they don't
Oh,
have computers.
oh,
Mobile phone are quite cheap in Asia. You
oh,
can buy one for maybe $200.
oh, I see.
So I think it's quite readily available, and I think even poor people nowadays in Thailand own a mobile phone.
Good, good to hear. All right.
All right, thank you,
Ajahn.
Tanajan.
All right, you're welcome. Huyen Dong from London. Huyen.
Hello, Thanachan. Um, it's just a practical question. Somehow I feel like I have a tide and wind to push me go faster. Because when I was talking to my husband about the Thailand trip, he wanted to do a clear cut and file either divorce or separation, whatever. But some friends, when they heard it, they wanted to come and like persuade me to delay it for 6 months, for example. I'm not sure whether what's going to be or what difference it makes if I delay for 6 months. I said that if in 6 months I can go for good and everything can be arranged, then probably I'll delay. But otherwise, I'll go probably after when my kids go to uni end of next week, so I can be in Thailand sometime end of September. Is the delaying thing a good idea?
Well, first of all, I don't know what your plan is. Do you have a place to go once you come to Thailand?
Yes, I can go to Salanoi, Ajahn Nipun.
Okay, you have a place
Yeah.
to practice. This is in
Yes.
Lhasa, I think, right? In Lhasa.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
He's a good teacher, and I heard his monastery is very quiet and very remote. I think.
Very good.
Yeah, I
Very
think
good.
you have picked a good place. How did you come across this place anyway? How did you find out about it?
10 years ago, because I translated Machikeo into Vietnamese.
I see.
So I went to look for Ajahn Dik, and Ajahn Dik happened to be in Salanoi at that time. So I went to Bantat first, and I looked for Ajahn Dik, and they told me to go to Salanoi. So we took the trip to Salanoi, and he had very like a lot of metta for me and my parents. So he even allowed my parents to stay whenever they want to stay and to come. So we are very, very fortunate.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me whether you should wait or not, I say no. If you can go, just go ahead. By the way. But before I answer this, because I didn't know what your situation is. If you just come and start to look around for a place, then it might be difficult.
No. My plan was like, at first I didn't think he could, because our main problem is our attachment to keep us back, rather than
right.
if he pushes, it's not their problem, it's problem in us, and they
That's
don't
right.
understand it. They thought that they can like do sanction or whatever to us. It helps, but actually it just make it worse, and for them pushes me going faster. And so my first plan was only going end of September and come back before Christmas. So when the family comes back for Christmas, I'll be home. But I'm not sure now. Even like if it happens, probably if I can stay over Christmas or go back to Vietnam during Christmas, probably I'll do that. Because initially I wanted to go in June, so for the whole summer. When my kids are back home with my husband, then I can go. And when they go to uni, I'll be back home with him. But he didn't wanted me to go in June. And so I said, okay, I go in September then, but then 4 people will be in 4 different places. That's how it is now. And if you want, I thought you have to go back and forth for a few years before it can be like permanently arranged. But now I think it's just happening so fast in that direction. It's a bit surprise to me.
It's good. It's good to get a resolution about what you want to do. Because when you're vaccination, you're going back and forth, and this can be a lot of dukkha also. But once you have committed yourself to one way or the other, then this dukkha will disappear. So you have passed a major milestone in your path to enlightenment.
It's been 10 years, Ajahn.
Yes.
10 precious years.
It took me just about 1 year to transition from a lay practitioner to become a monk.
You've done a lot in your previous life, so cannot compare.
Maybe not previous life. You can do it in this lifetime. 1 year can do a lot of things for you. You really concentrate on your practice.
I know that I'm so much worse than I'm myself 10 years ago.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Very happy to hear that you have decided and you have got a place to go. And you shouldn't wait, because life is not something you can always expect,
They talk about being selfish.
But we are all selfish. We are all selfish. We all look after ourselves first. But this is just going temporarily, really. Once you have achieved that you achieve your goal, you can always come back and meet them and like the Buddha, once he became enlightened, then he returned to the palace to give Dhamma talks to them, to their family, to the relatives, and they can communicate and in contact. It's just a different type of contact. That's all. Instead, contact based on sensual pleasure, your contact is based on Dhamma pleasure.
They don't accept Dhamma, that's why they don't want to contact that way.
I think they will.
Cut clear.
You don't know, maybe by that time, once they realize what you have achieved, they might want to use you as their example. Like the Buddha, when he left the palace, no one understood why he left the palace. But once he returned and tell what he had achieved, then all the relatives want to follow his path. So it's not a permanent separation. Look at it that way. Going to do the practice is not a permanent separation. It's a temporary separation. You need the isolation to achieve your goal. Once you have achieved your goal, then you can reconnect with people. And you can be helpful to them, be useful to them. Because you can tell them the Dhamma.
Because initially, like last year, for example, I would just stop at like 9 months in Thailand and 3 months in UK to pay UK tax. But if in case they want to propose like that, like 9 months there, 3 months here, is it a helpful way, or is it if I can get a visa? I cannot get 1 year visa now in Thailand. I can only go 3 months anyway. But just in case I can get a 1 year visa, is it better, or is it
Well,
is
if
it
you
9 months, 3 months?
If you haven't yet achieved your goal, then it's better for you to be away from them. But once you have achieved your goal, you can control your emotions, your mind, and you're no longer attached to them. Then it doesn't matter how long you stay close to them or not.
I'm not so attached to them now, but because in there I'm so much happier. Here I'm not happy. I lose my strength when I come back here. I can keep it for a few months, but then after that I have to compromise still, and
Then you have to look at your mind. What the mind needs is more important than what they need.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next, Will from England also. Will, are you listening, Will? Okay.
I am listening. Thank you.
Where are you from in England?
I'm on the south coast.
South Coast. Near London?
It's a town called Southampton.
Southampton, okay.
How can I make that? Yes, Bhante.
You got any question?
How can I make merit?
Well, there are 3 levels of merit. Charity, keeping the precept, and meditation. These are merit. Merit means happiness or good feeling for the mind.
Yes, Bhante. Can you get your merit get blocked? Can you be blocked from making merit?
Well, it depends. If you are insistent, you're persistent in your effort, then nothing can block you. If you're not persistent or you're not resolute, then you can be blocked by your own defilement. Nothing else can block you except your own defilement.
Can karma block you?
No. It might make it difficult for you, but it cannot block you.
Yes.
Your karma can be two-sided. You know, if the bad karma, then your bad karma can hinder you or make your path difficult. But on the other side, if you have good karma backing you, then your good karma can help push you along the path easier.
Thank you, Bhante.
But this is something you cannot stop because it's already done in the past.
Yes.
But you can overcome this good or bad karma by yourself being resolute and being persistent in your practice.
Yes, Bhante. Thank you.
And one way for you to be resolute and have the persistence is to keep close to the teaching of the Buddha. Stay close to the teaching of the Buddha. Keep reading the suttas, keep listening to Dhammatalks by some noble teacher. This will inspire you and provide you with the energy to continue with your practice. All right? Is that all?
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Nick, where are you from? Nick? Please unmute your microphone first.
Namaskaran ครับท่านพระอาจารย์
Yes, you have to speak English.
Yes, before the COVID-19 pandemic, I was looking at those people with OCD. ท่านพระอาจารย์ are you familiar with the OCD people?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. You know, the people
mental illness.
Yeah, sort of. You know, they were. I was looking at them, and they are so unhappy because they were overly doing things like they wash their hands, you know, too often. They were so afraid of the diseases, you know. And then as a Buddhist, I was looking at them. I was thinking, well, maybe they did not follow our Lord Buddha teaching, you know, Majjhima Patipata, the middle path. If they were to go on a middle path, then, you know, they wouldn't have been that unhappy. So at this point, you know, under the pandemic, it seems that everybody has to be OCD. Everybody has to be, you know, keep physical distancing among other people. And, you know, keep washing their hands. And so at this point, do you think that the Lord Buddha's teaching, about the middle path still working? And how would you calm us down, about this disease?
Well, the teaching of the Buddha is always applicable in every instance, as far as dealing with your mental problem is concerned. You just have to know what you have to do or what you have to know. First of all, you have to know the fact of life. That regardless of whether there's pandemic or not, the fact of life still remains the same. That is, we are all subjected to aging, sickness, and death. See, this is the first Sammaditthi, right view, the first of the eightfold path. Start with Sammaditthi, right view. And the right view is that we have a body that is subjected to aging, sickness, and death. So, and no matter how well you look after it, you're not going to change this fact. Once you know this, then you can find the middle way, how to look after your body. The middle way is looking after it that in a way that doesn't cause any stress to your mind. That's the middle way. When it starts to causing stress in your mind, then this is not the middle way. It's excessive, like you say, OCD. So you look after the mind rationally, and look after the body rationally, from what you learn from the basic science of life. You have to feed it, you have to clothe it, you have to have a shelter, you have to have medicine when it gets sick. So you do that. But you also have to know that no matter how well you look after your body, the body is going to get old, get sick, and die anyway. And dying can be any time, not just at old age or when you're sick. You can die crossing the street and get hit by an automobile. Death can come at any time. Maybe something happened to your body. Some people just die in the sleep. They don't get up. So this is the fact that will remind you how to look after your body, not excessively. Because the body is still good, especially for the purpose of practicing the teaching of the Dhamma, of the Buddha. With the body, you can learn, and then you can practice and become enlightened, and then free the stress, the suffering from your mind permanently. So you still have to look after the body. I think a good example is the way how the Buddha taught the monks to look after the body. Just to live simply, eating once a day, and don't choose the food you want to eat. Just eat any kind of food that you get that's available to you. And wear just have enough clothing just to clothe the body. You don't need tons of clothes in your closet. You just need 2 or 3 sets of clothing. No, so the Buddha tells us to live simple. Mak noi sandod. Mak noi is wanting little. Sandod is be happy with what you get. Then I think then you can enjoy life. You won't be overwhelmed with this fear and anxiety and worry. I think people simply forget this fact that no matter what they do, they're gonna get old, get sick, and die. That's why the Buddha taught all Buddhists to recite this verse every day. That once you are born, you're subjected to aging, sickness, death, and separation. Keep reminding yourself of this fact. Then you can stay in the middle way. All right, good enough?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Next, are you from Bangkok?
Yes.
Okay. Alvin Lee from KL, Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. Tanajan, I've just got one question regarding meditation. I think quite similar to Philip as well. 2 nights ago when I was meditating, I felt a bit sleepy, but I was fighting my sleepiness and I continued meditating. And I thought that I've overcome the sleepiness, the sloth. But next thing I realized that I had, I find it hard to breathe. I got a bit of breathing difficulty. So that shocked me. And after that, I got up from meditation.
Then you should continue on walking meditation. So you don't stop.
Okay. So that is, it's just change the posture and just go to.
Yes, continue on with your mindfulness practice. Butto, Butto, or watching your steps.
Right. Okay.
If you want to continue on practicing, if you want to increase your practice, then you just switch. If you cannot sit, then you get up and walk. Walk until you no longer can walk, then you go back and sit. Until you no longer can sit and you can no longer walk, then you go to sleep.
Yeah, but sometimes midnight is, people are sleeping is a bit in the room. Is the best way is to sit, but walking will probably distract people. But yeah, I'll try that. I'll try some other place to walk.
Find a place where you can walk without disturbing people.
Without disturbing, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Tanajan.
All right. Next, Alfred Cole. Where are you from, Alfred?
Good evening, Achan. I'm from Kelantan, Malaysia.
Kelantan, Malaysia.
Yeah, this is the third time I joined in this room. And the other day, actually, I promised Achan that actually I would like to take the precepts 8 precepts more often. I just finished my 8 days of observing 8 precepts. And today, I just observed the 5 precepts. I've been practicing 8 precepts for my past 8 days. And Achan, can I ask you a question related to meditation?
Yes.
Actually, since very young, actually, I started to know that actually there is no atta in myself. And when I see people, actually, I always view that actually they are not a real person. They are not permanent. Although I cannot see them through, but in my mind, I always have this thought that everything in this world, it is impermanent. So whatsoever thing I do, it is impermanent. So I don't really attach to or cling to things around me, even people around me. And in previous years, about 3 years ago, actually, I received a message from the above when I was about to commit suicide. Then I received a message, and that message was the 5, I don't know what is that, what it's called, 5 right efforts. Okay, I received the 4 right efforts, okay, directly from the above. I didn't know where it came from. Then I stopped my thought. Then immediately I applied it. I didn't want to commit suicide anymore. When the things came to me, I just stopped. Then I start practicing loving kindness in myself. And for these 2-3 years, actually, I'm living a very, very calm life, and I quickly change. And sometimes thoughts, the type of messages will come from out of nowhere, and I receive it, and then I have the solution about things around me, the problems around me. I easily get solution to it. But one thing I would like to ask is that when I am meditating, actually, I'm not like other people who always claim themselves of seeing lights, seeing this and that. But I just feel very calm when I meditate. I don't think of other things. Not like other people, they always proudly tell me, oh, they see light flying here, flying there. But I don't, I just sit there very calm. But I can sense that actually my breath is very good, very organized. My whole body is very calm. Then if let's say I have runny nose or blocked nose, then after the meditation session, I feel very relaxed and very calm. Anyhow, I don't see light. And
you don't need to see anything. You're on the right path already. The goal is to calm your mind,
And every day I feel very calm. My mind is very calm. But whatever things I'm dealing with, I'm doing, actually, I'm always doing it with the mindfulness. So this is what I actually am practicing. But when the things, but when friends who are telling me they see this and this, see like, when I see them actually in the daily life, actually they cannot control this, cannot control their own emotion and so on. then I will just smile. So actually, in my daily life, I can control myself very well. But when it comes to meditation, I just don't feel like itself. I don't go into samadhi. I don't go into samadhi. I just feel very relaxed, very calm there. So I do not know whether this practice is coming on.
This is the right samadhi to control your mind, to keep it calm all the time. So you don't need to see lights or hear sound or anything like that. You know, they are not useful for your mind. What is useful is being calm, being non-reactive, you know, not reacting to what you see or hear. You just merely know. Remain calm all the time.
Yes, yes. And I feel I'm very happy every day. Day in and day out, I'm helping
That's
many
right.
people. Yes,
Yeah.
and that I'm very willing to help people around. Whether they are good to me or they are not good to me is not the matter. Okay.
Good, good.
I don't care at all. Okay, I just help for the purpose of helping. That's all. And then I just forget about what I have done. That's all.
You're doing right, you know, but you should keep reminding yourself that everything is impermanent.
Yes, yes. This is what I keep on telling myself. Everything is impermanent.
So don't be attached to anything. That thing comes and go.
Thank you, Achan. I have no more questions. Thank you for your explanation. That means I do not need to see like I just continue to practice according to my own way, breathing. That's all right.
Calm your mind, keep your mind calm and not reacting to anything or anybody, then you're okay.
Thank you, Achan.
All right. Okay, Felicia, it's your turn now. Go ahead, speak.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, my English no good. I write down and answer.
Okay, no problem.
I take my time. I need to see. Okay, Brother Ajahn, I meditate very calmly. Where every time my breathing and body will also display, shut down the mind and stop thinking. Since last time, Brother Ajahn told me to continue in this case. So I see my mind in future. I see my mind in future. Now I become 1 hour plus automatically to enter samadhi. More faster than last time.
Good.
Okay. Last week, Brother Ajahn, you got me to see the body, 4 elements, like anicca, dukkha, anatta. Brother Ajahn, may I know how to wash? Is it wash one by one or wash all together?
You can do one by one first until you become proficient and you see everything at the same time. And when you start, you can look at things one by one. You look at the body as anicca, look at the body as anatta, and you also look at the body as asubha. Asubha is not good looking.
Okay. Is it I have to wash it sorry. I wash it when I meditate or I wash it in usual time?
Usual time, not when you meditate. When you meditate, you want to stop thinking. You don't want to use your mind. You don't want to use your thoughts. Only after you come out of meditation, then you can use your contemplation, your studying the nature of the body.
Okay, Sadhu. Last time, my mind was not so calm, but I can meditate for 6 hours. Now my mind is more calmer than before. Why I cannot meditate for so long like last time?
That's because you don't want to push yourself, maybe. So you have to push yourself if you want to meditate for long.
Okay, thank you. I have few times after sleeping few hours at night, I suddenly see my body sleep. In this case, what should I do? I have to wash it or I have to leave it alone?
Leave it alone. Just to be calm and just not to be concerned with anything.
Leave it alone. No need to wash it.
No need to watch it.
Okay. Brother Ajahn, why whole day I can hear a lot of sound like insect? The sound like insect in forest, but I'm not disturbed by it. What sound is it?
Maybe it's your nature. Your past life, you might used to live with insects before. So keep remain in your memory. So keep coming back. Maybe in your past life, you might be working with insects or doing something with insects.
Okay, sadhu. Okay. Like
no problem as long as you don't have any, you're not disturbed by them. Just leave them alone.
The whole day I use my time on meditate a lot because now 1 hour plus automatically enter samadhi. I straight away meditate every time like that. I every time do like that. Luckily I'm not many words to handle. I try to practice.
Good. Keep practicing, especially mindfulness all the time. Even when you're not meditating, you should be mindful. Okay. Mindful of what you do, or mindful with the mantra, Butto, Butto, to stop your mind from thinking.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Ajahn.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
You're from Singapore or Malaysia?
Malaysia.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You tried to join the Thai session the other night, right? Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah, but it was in Thai, and you asked if you can ask in English.
Yeah.
But you didn't come back. We say yes, but you didn't come back.
Okay, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, Evie from Indonesia. Evie.
Yeah, Ajahn, Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Yeah. Ajahn, I want to ask, now my practice is changing. Sometimes I want to scan, so I scanning. Sometimes I will just want to watching the tip of nose. I just watching.
You shouldn't do this. You should stick to something that is good, that can produce result. Don't just do because you feel like doing different things.
Yeah, because I want to find the right way.
Mantra, mindful of body and mindful of the mantra. This is the right way. Stop thinking. Stop thinking.
Stop thinking. So I must choose one method, only one method.
The right method. The right method.
And push it.
Yes,
whatever
stick to it. Stick to the one method. Either mantra or being mindful of your body. Or you can contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta of your body and of other people's body.
Contemplate, it means I use my mind to thinking.
To think about anicca is okay. To think about anatta is okay. Think that your body is anicca, your body is dukkha, your body is anatta. This is okay to think like this, but not okay to think otherwise.
But in meditating, we should not thinking, all right?
When you sit, then you don't think. But I'm just saying these are things you can switch back and forth. You can use mantra. You can watch what you're doing. You can contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta. But when you sit and meditate, then you focus on your breath.
I mean is what when I sitting meditation, I keep changing the method.
Okay, don't change. Just stick to either mantra. When you first start, if you cannot focus on your breath, then you use chanting or reciting your mantra until you have strong enough mindfulness to watch your breath, and you stop chanting. And just keep watching your breath.
Yeah, I have the swollen face, Ajahn, because last Saturday I go to dentist to operating my teeth. So when when the doctor cut my teeth, I feel it's very scary and disgusting. My mouth full of blood, and I must vomit the blood. I see, my
okay, don't need to tell us this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have any more questions?
That is very disgusting. Is in this body, Ajahn.
Yes.
So I understand the body is not. it is not interesting now.
Not not good looking, not attractive.
Not good looking.
Not
Yeah,
attractive.
not attractive. And the doctor put my teeth come up. Wow,
Yes.
this is the proof that our body is just like this. Not interesting.
You should maintain that idea in your mind all the time.
Yeah. So now if I see a good looking man, I mean a handsome man, they just like this lah, nothing lah, nothing
That's right.
interesting.
That's right.
Is this the pessimistic in my mind, Ajahn?
No, this is the realistic approach to the body.
And now my face is so sometimes if pain, so I take the painkiller. Is that defilement if I take painkiller?
Yes, because you still want the pain to disappear. See? You cannot learn to live with the pain.
So I must live with it.
Yes, you have to live and not be disturbed by the pain. If you have mindfulness, you just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Yeah, when the doctor operating me, I just Bhutto, 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 but the Bhutto, Bhutto is it's mess, no?
Yeah,
It is the lack of mindfulness, yeah.
That's right. Just leave everything alone and just calm your mind. And
yeah. And now if I feel the pain, so I cannot meditate, I take painkiller.
it means you have no mindfulness. Then. If you have mindfulness, you don't need painkiller.
Yeah, I will try it tonight. No painkillers, okay?
Yeah, try it. All right.
Okay, Ajahn.
Good. Next.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Kate Yen So from Penang. Excuse me.
Good evening. Good evening, Tan Ajahn. Nice to meet you. No question, Tan Ajahn. Yeah, I'm listening and learning.
Okay, then go to Say Yuan. Say Yuan or see if I pronounce your name correctly. S-E, how do you pronounce your name?
Ziyuan. Hello. Hi, Ajahn.
See you.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Singapore. I'm from
Yes.
Singapore.
Do
Yeah,
you
I've
have
been
any
listening.
questions?
No questions from me, Ajahn.
No question.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me go to Su Lan from Singapore also. Su Lan, any question tonight?
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. Yeah, Ajahn, how can I be more punctual? Because I'm like a habitual latecomer. Yeah.
You have to make planning. If you know ahead of time what you have to do at a certain time, then you have to make planning. If you don't plan, then you might forget what you have to do. But if you plan and then keep looking at the watch, then you will be punctual.
Okay. And then yeah, like I feel don't have much clarity in my mind.
You need mindfulness and meditation to clear your mind. You have so many things covering your mind.
Yeah, a lot of things covering.
Yeah, so you should clear with mindfulness, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay.
And meditate when you can. These two things will clear your mind until it becomes empty.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. I think everybody has asked the question. So let me go to Facebook. First question from Facebook.
We have 5 questions from Facebook. First question from Nobody. Dear Ajahn, what Luang Ta means when Luang Ta said, how are we when we die? It is like this, we will bookworm and flop so hard there in cemetery? Thank you.
It probably refers to our body. What will happen to our body when the body dies? The body will decay if you leave it in the monastery, in the cemetery. Like in ancient time, they don't burn or they don't bury the body. They just leave the body in the cemetery to rot. That's why you have the 10 stages of a corpse in the Satipatthana Sutta. And that's what we should go look at, the 10 stages of the corpse to remind us of the future of our body, so that we can know that this body is not attractive at all. It's a living corpse right now.
There's 2 questions from Seo Chang. First question is, when some young Pante try to give Dhammatalk in Facebook, my mind reacts negatively to this Pante, as I feel they should take more meditation practice rather than giving Dhamma. Will this create bad karma as not respecting Sangha? Thank you.
It will just create your ability to listen to this Pante. It just means that you won't be able to listen to this Pante, that's all.
And next question. When meditation, I use cushion and this can enable me to sit longer. But I learned that without cushion, I will feel pain at ankle when leg touching hard floor for a long time. Should I train myself without cushion to see the truth of anicca, dukkha, anatta? Thank you.
It will be better if you can sit without the cushion, because then you can go meditate anywhere without worrying about carrying your cushion with you. If you go into the forest by yourself, you don't want to carry cushion with you. Monks who goes into the forest for practice, they don't have any cushion. They just sit, maybe they find some leaves and then use that as a cushion or something. But they don't, you don't need cushion to meditate. Because too comfortable can cause you to be sleepy or not mindful, and you will not be able to advance in your meditation practice. But if it's not comfortable and if it's a little bit painful, then it forces you to be more mindful to deal with the pain and to calm your mind. So cushion is a hindrance to your meditation practice. Better not to have anything. Just sit on the floor. Sit anywhere you can, but don't need to have a cushion.
Next question from Jimmy Ong. Ajahn, during my meditation, I reciting Putto, Putto, Putto. Sometimes the mind wander away, so I try to bring them back by watching the Buddha image in the mind. Is this a correct way? Thank you.
If you can bring it back, it's correct. If any way you can bring your mind back and not thinking about anything is the correct way.
And last question from Tony. Good evening, Ajahn. I always do dana every day and mostly same monks. As usual, I offer food dana to one of the monks among all the monks. But there is a time when he never wear proper robe. When he out for Pindapat, he just wear a sweater. So when I saw him again, from that moment, I never offer food for him. Shall I continue to offer him or just stop? Thank you.
It's up to you. If you don't want to, you don't have to. If you want to, if you don't care what he wears, if you look at giving dana as making yourself merit or good feeling, then it doesn't matter what the person receiving does, whether he is a good person or a bad person, that doesn't matter. If you want to make merit, you can make merit to good people, you can make merit to bad people. If they need help, like if they need food, You can give to anybody who needs help from you. But if you don't want to because the person doesn't behave properly, that's okay also. It's up to you. Okay. Is that all the question from Facebook?
Yes, that's all ท่านอาจารย์
Okay, we have Joko Gumilang just came in. Where are you from? Indonesia? Go ahead, speak. Go ahead. Oh, your sound, your voice is not coming through. Cannot hear you. Something with your connection, your headphone connection. Maybe just pull it out and just
Cut off the microphone.
Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Go ahead, speak. Not anymore. Don't use the microphone, just pull it off and then speak directly into the computer. Pull out the plug. Still cannot hear you. I heard you just now. What happened? Just now I heard you say something and then not anymore. I'm not sure what's wrong with your sound system. Okay, you can hear you now.
Headset, okay.
Okay, can hear you now.
Clear, Ajahn? Okay. So I have a question. So as a Buddhist, we believe to karma, and then is it a bad karma if we pray to something to happen faster for something that we want or we expect in life to happen faster, Ajahn? That's my
No, it's not bad karma and it's not good karma. It's neutral karma.
Is it a kind of force the law of nature or force the law of karma?
It is not. It's not productive of the result that you want. You can pray to whoever, and you will not get what you want. You only get what you want from what you do.
Yes. So it is not a bad karma, Ajahn.
Then and it's not a good karma either.
Yeah, I see.
It's neutral. It doesn't give you any result that you want.
So, but if someone or anyone feel disappointed by not achieve or obtain the things that they prayed, is it a bad karma, Ajahn?
It is defilement. It is a defilement to want something. So you have if you don't want to be disappointed, then you should not want to have anything. It's your hope, your desire to get something that will make you disappointed when you don't get it.
I see. Okay, Ajahn.
So if you don't want to be disappointed, then don't have any wish or desire to get something. Then when you don't get it, you don't feel disappointed.
So what is your advice, Ajahn, to lay people? Of course, we have expectation in life.
Just do what you can, see. Do what you can. Like you go to work, you can work. So
we have to measure our capacity,
yes.
What things are possible to achieve, and what
That's right. That's right. Like you go to work and then on the month you get your salary paid, right? You get paid.
Yes.
Okay. This you can do. You don't have to pray to anybody for that, do you?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else in the room would like to ask a question, you're welcome to ask anybody. If you feel that you want to ask something, just raise your hand and unmute the microphone.
คุณนันทพัฒน์
Nanapat, okay, Nanapat.
Okay, ท่านอาจารย์ I have some question ค่ะ I have the plan in the end of my life to audience. I have one question. When I audience, can I have some money for necessary things, or when I sick or have to stay in the hospital or operate?
When you become a nun,
Yes.
it depends on where you are. If you stay in a monastery with a teacher who is well supported, then he'll look after you. So you don't need any money. It depends on the monastery where you will be staying. See? Some monastery might not be able to support you, then you have to support yourself. So you have to go look at the monasteries and choose which one is suitable for you.
And the one that suitable is mean I have enough time to practice meditation, right? Don't work or don't do many things about routine, something like this.
Yes. You want to go to a meditation monastery, and also you want to have a quiet monastery. Then you also want to have a good teacher. Once you have a good teacher, he will usually be able to support you if you cannot support yourself. As Duan, she's going to a monastery, Ajahn Nipon. Search Ajahn Nipon name in จังหวัดเลย
อาจารย์นิพนธ์ right?
จังหวัดเลย
โอเคค่ะ
Kyuyan Duong might be able to give you the information. She can send you a chat message, I think. Kyuyan Duong, if you can help her, she's interested in looking for a monastery to practice. If you can tell her where Ajahn Nipon monastery is, I think she will appreciate it. Okay?
Yes.
Contact Kyuyan Duong.
I'm trying to message. I cannot see it.
Okay,
message.
I turn on the chat already. You can chat to.
You can chat between
her now.
How do I have to scroll out on the participants list?
Go to the chat at the bottom. There's a chat icon. And then you can click on the chat icon, and it will tell you who you want to chat with. And you can. Okay. I haven't used it before, but
I see chat here. Yes.
Chat, and down below it says to everyone or whoever you want to, the name of the person in the room.
Right.
You can choose the name of the person in the room, and then you can send a message.
Nunapat.
Yes.
Nunapat. Right.
Okay. All right. Anybody would like to ask? Is this enough? The question you want to ask, Nanapat?
Yes, I received her message already. Yes.
Do you have any more questions?
ด้านซ้ายศาลาน้อย
So you don't have any more questions, so I can go to somebody else.
Yes, thank you very much ค่ะ
Okay. Who else would like to ask questions? You're welcome to ask. Okay, Sulan. Unmute your microphone.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. I think I recall seeing on one of your Facebook posts that being not keeping to promises is also deceitful. Then like what happens if, let's say, the person is forgetful? So like
And
in
don't
this.
make any promise if you're forgetful. Then don't make promises. If you know you cannot fulfill your promise, then don't make any promise. Don't try to give excuse. You know.
So if let's say really forgot, or how can we actually improve our
Write a note. Write on paper and keep looking at it. Remind yourself what you have promised to do.
Okay.
That's why they have note in your computer, in your mobile phone. Just note it and then keep looking at it every day, every hour.
Okay.
Until you remember. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
But if you cannot keep promise, don't make promise because it's like lying or cheating. Or you can make promise like this, if I can do it. Then people won't expect too much from your promise.
Okay. Yeah.
Or if I don't forget, just put in a parenthesis before you make a promise.
Okay. If I don't forget.
Yeah. Then they won't expect a lot from you. See?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you,
We have
Ajahn.
Jacob. Jacob Eberhard just came in. Jacob, where are you from? Unmute your microphone again.
I'm from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay. Can I help you?
Yes, I have a question. Is it possible to believe in a God and to be a Buddhist? I find that I gain a lot from the practice. I gain a lot of stability from the practice, and I find that it doesn't actually conflict with my belief that there is a God. Where I come into conflict is with other people, Christians. They tend to make judgments that they're ignorant about. You know, they're ignorant, so they have fear. For me, I don't have that. So is it possible to practice and believe in a God?
Yes, I think because it has nothing to do with each other. See? When you practice, you don't have God to deal with.
Right. That was my understanding, because when the Buddha, that Brahma told him to practice, you know, to teach.
Yeah. Except what God teaches you to do, and in conflict with the teaching of the Buddha, then you have to decide which one you want to follow. Like God teach you redemption by believing in Jesus Christ. Why this is not what the Buddha teaches. Your redemption comes from your own practice.
Right, and I believe the redemption doesn't come in believing, but in actually doing what Jesus said. So that's
right.
Different.
That's okay, because Jesus tells you to do good karma, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no conflict there either.
Thank you very much.
Maybe Jesus didn't teach you all the details of what you have to do. Like the Buddha teach you how to meditate. In Christian, they don't teach you how to meditate.
No.
I studied in a Christian school for about 8 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So you've encountered the same kind of fears that I have encountered. They have fear of what they don't know.
Not really fear. It's just that it doesn't make sense, some of what they teach. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
I thank you very much.
You're welcome. Did you just come in, or have you been listening?
I've been listening in. I didn't have anything to ask, but then all of a sudden I realized I did. So I came in.
Good. In Buddhism, we don't deny there is a God. You know, there are gods like the Brahmas and the Devas. They are considered to be gods, you know, but they are all temporary spiritual beings. Sooner or later, they will take birth as a human being again. There's no such thing as a one God, a creator God in Buddhism. So.
Okay. I just learned something then, because I thought that's what Brahma was the creator God.
No, he's just a spiritual being who has developed jhana. Once you have jhana, then you will take birth as the Brahma. But then this jhana will expire, and then you will return and take birth as a human being again. That's what we call the cycle of rebirth. All right?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, next, anybody? I guess if not, it's about that. Oh, Sajal.
Yeah, I'm actually, thank you, Tanajan. I'll just quickly address what Jacob was mentioning, that since I was born as a Hindu in India, the Brahma is actually the creator of this thing, but that is the Hindu concept. So you are actually correct. So what you know, that's actually part of the very basic knowledge of the Hinduism, is that Brahma is the creator God. But the way Buddhism actually is talking about different gods and things like that is, I think, in my thing, is really not there it's non-existent in any of the other Indian religions, really. And I think so Buddha is not saying there is no God. He has many gods, really. So, but the thing that he talked about is actually correct. That's actually part and parcel of Hinduism. Yeah. So Brahma is the creator. There is Vishnu who maintains, and there is also the Shiva who destroys. So these are like the three things. That's like the pillars of of Hinduism. Okay, that's all. That's all. Sorry, but then I just had to interject.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? If not, I think it's about time for us to call this meeting to an end. It's about 2 hours and 5 minutes. Thank you very much for we have Suntan or Swam, somebody, a Piku raised his hand. Go ahead, can you speak right now?
Okay, good evening. I'm from Phnom Penh, Master.
From Cambodia?
Yes.
Okay.
My question is how to overcome Loka Dhamma.
Loka Dhamma.
Yeah. It make me live and peaceful.
You have to go live. You have to go. You have to go.
I would like you to give me some technique.
You have to go live in a forest monastery. Go stay. Don't live in the city monastery. Go to a remote monastery where there are no worldly things to lure you, to entice you, to tempt you. You have to go away, live in a remote monastery. Then you can concentrate on your meditation practice, and then your mind will then be able to withstand your desire for the Loka Dhamma. Okay?
Thank you.
The essential pleasures. All right. Somebody else? Nobody, okay? All right, thank you very much for your participation in this meeting tonight. I hope you have benefited from it and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay happy, stay mindful, and keep on practicing the Dhamma. And if nothing goes wrong, I'll see you again next week at the same time. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
สาธุสาธุ
ท่านอาจารย์
สาธุสาธุท่านอาจารย์
Sadhu.
Thank you for
Thank you, admin. Thank you, admin.
Thank you, admin. ขอบคุณครับ
Sadhu.